everybody. Welcome back to the Aliens and Angels podcast. Today, I want you to meet my new guest, Dr. Christopher Macklin, and we will be discussing how ETs are affecting our health and our spiritual growth. Dr. Macklin was born as a highly aware psychic child in Chester, England, and was able to perceive energy fields, spirit activity, and multidimensional phenomena from a very young age. Later, he began to meditate for hours every day for 4 years in order to integrate his highest path and to understand the divine healing that he was being called to share with the world. His exemplary research findings are culled from scientific evidence, intuitive information, and divine connection, which makes him a highly respected speaker, lecturer, and medical consultant worldwide. Christopher Macklin serves an international client base, helping thousands of people rebalance and heal from various physical, mental, and emotional issues. His clients' testimonials serve as ample proof in understanding these life-changing experiences. And for more information, you can go directly to his website, www.globalenlightenmentproject.com. Today, Christopher Macklin is an internationally known energy healer who specializes in healing people from all sorts of illnesses, emotional and physical, especially those created through ET technologies such as Morgellons, Lyme's disease, etc., and has developed his own protocol for removing them from the body. Dr. Macklin treats emotional disorders, including addictions, chronic depression, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. The whole person and their whole life are treated. Therefore, relationships of families and loved ones can also be repaired and restored. All of the links are featured below. I want to thank you in advance for liking, commenting, subscribing, and please do share my content with your friends. And I'm very happy to announce that YouTube and Rumble channel memberships are now available, so you can receive my perks and help to support my channel. Okay, without further ado, we'll bring on Dr. Macklin. Dr. Macklin, how lovely to meet you.
Karen, wonderful to be here. Bless your heart. We're doing it.
We're doing it. That's right. I'm thrilled to bits. I'm just going to put a couple things up here. Denise is my wonderful moderator, and she welcomes you also. And she's
bless you, Denise.
She's also put your links, all your links here in the live chat for everybody to just copy and paste, and then they can find you easily. And there's your email, novalight333@gmail.com. And of course,
no, it's the wrong one. It's info. That's my personal one, but it's info.
Oh,
ChristopherMacklinMinistries.com. Or we can change that.
I'm sorry. That is the one that Donna gave me. So that's the one I was using. But anyway, okay, everybody, ignore that. And in the description below, you should find the correct one. If you want to help support my work, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Karen Holton TV. And Denise is advising everyone to say hello, hit the like button, share out, and subscribe. And then we also have Kristen here today. Lovely to see you, Kristen. And we got Fearlessly Phoenixing here today. She made it in time. Awesome. And yes, that's everybody. Okay, we're ready. So, Dr. Macklin, I thought we could start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself. So how'd you get started in all this? How'd you find out you had gifts? Where did that lead you? Whatever you want to share would be very awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an interesting life journey. So when I was born, I've always been attacked because they know which souls are meant to do something, and they really attack you if you're a starseed person. So it's very important to realize that if you're being attacked, you're doing a great job, in my opinion. But so 2 days after born, 8 strokes, burnt my back when I was 4. And then when I was 4, I started seeing, I was at home, I remember in my bedroom, and I saw this like great big reptilian thing in the corner. Like, Dad, there's a reptilian in my bedroom, and he comes running. Where? It's there. You could feel it's like negativity. Like, wow, this is not good. So anyway, so you're just on a bad dream. No, it's there. Anyway, when you left, I don't know where it came from, but you get this inner strength, like, get out of my bedroom. It went. And oh, wow. And that was the first understanding. I've had a lot of, interface with ETs, the Greys, different things over my life. But anyway, so from there, we moved forward, severe dyslexia. I was in the remedial class at school because I still can't spell. So anyway, moving forward, I left school, got a degree in electronics and software systems, avionics systems, masters in control and software, went into industry, but I always was gifted. I could always see craft in the sky. I could see many things that people didn't see, but you don't really pursue it. I did to an extent, but of course you get sucked into the matrix. Well, you've got to work and you've got to pay your taxes and be a slave to the whole system. So anyway, I had this great idea. So in 2000, it was about 2004, I had this great idea. I was refurbing houses and decided I'll do an apartment block. What a great idea. 176 apartments. Oh no. So, anyway, that collapsed. I went bankrupt. Kind of living out of a car, a Volkswagen Polo for 3 or 4 years. And it was so liberating. But I was sponsored by different people to go abroad. And I went to Belize, I went to India, I went all over Europe, really focusing on the healing. And I will share with the audience one of my beliefs, and am I right or wrong? Who knows? Everyone's got a point of view, but I think your gifts are your gifts, and I think if you're a starseed person, you need to connect with your starseed family and understand how they work. I was born as a Melchizedek being. Last year I was hit by a low frequency energy weapon. They melted the customer heart valve together, went in hospital. They basically did an open heart surgery because I didn't have the time to heal it. I was probably about 6 weeks away from passing away. And it's happened to a lot of people. Anyway, we replaced the heart valve. Found out my heart was the size of a volleyball. It's unusual, but I was born as a Melchizedek being, so not surprised. The valve was bigger than the ones they had in the shell, so they did open heart surgery. And here we are, still here, after the 290th time they've tried to take me out with bioweapon. So it is interesting. But, at least I know I'm doing something that they don't like, which is good because, healing people is all what I'm all about. And anyway, did the meditations, understood the gift, and then I incorporated Christopher Macklin Ministries, which is the Global Enlightenment Project is a project of the ministry. Build it, they'll come, they'll say. So I opened the office. Where is everybody? And I remember after 3 months ago, well, this is not working. What's going on? They said, it's within. Get out there. Oh, okay. So I went all over the United States, all over the world, doing healings and teachings and different things. And what a great time that was, meeting amazing people. And that took us more. And then, I got really busy. Now we work on about 3,000 people a week. We do general groups, specialized groups, one-to-ones, and we have the protocol. But I really did learn with a world-leading toxicologist. That was in 2011-ish. I got here in 2010, became assistant in 2017. So 2011-ish, I met this really amazing lady, world-leading industrial toxicologist. And at the time, I was looking at Morgellons disease. If you have Morgellons, which is nanotechnology, you have Lyme disease because the Borrelia is bound to the particles. And so I started learning how to heal that and, went forward and helped a lot of people with that. But then the technology changed. It was really interesting. These particles became interdimensional. What do we mean by that? Well, it gave them this space-time continuum. It fried them. But what happens if these particles switch? So they're in the same space, but different time. They switch to another dimension. You're not touching them. And I was kind of thinking, how do we get over this? And it took me about 2 years with meditation, understanding, to create a quantum solution where basically what we're doing is splitting somebody's timeline in two, putting them on the path of divine alignment, complete wellness, where all the particles and stealth pathogens like Epstein-Barr and all this stuff is out the body. And on the other timeline, what we were doing is separating all that stuff out, locking it onto timeline to sun. So as time went on, if these particles went into dimension, when they come back, they're locked on an Akashic record timeline. They cannot get off it. And that was the complete solution to getting all the interdimensional Morgellons out of the body. So yeah, that was an interesting time. Very fascinating lady. She's been to DARPA, she's been everywhere, seen particles grown and everything else. So we are living in an age of bioweaponry like you'd never believe. So.
So I have to say a little disclaimer for YouTube. And my disclaimer is I'm not a medical doctor. The show does not represent medical advice. If you're having a medical issue, go see a therapist of your choice. But this show is for entertainment, education purposes only. Now that I've said that, let's talk about the jab. And what was that? And what did that do to people? Because everyone I know who's had it is sick all the time, Dr. Macklin.
Well, the jab contains a lot of things, and it goes back to Morgellons. I mean, if I give you the dates of the manufactured diseases, just to let you know, because even Epstein-Barr, even herpes simplex, all these things are manufactured by that great doctor in Congress. What's his name? We all know what his name is. But anyway, so let me just look at the dates. So 1965, 1965, they've developed Agent Orange, which is a stealth pathogen.
Yes.
1975, they developed Lyme disease, Borrelia, which is the stealth pathogen of Lyme. And then next was HIV/AIDS in 1981. And then Gulf War syndrome, which is stealth pathogen, which is also 1991. So what are stealth pathogens? Well, they're accelerated pathogens because they accelerate in the body. So how do they grow in the body? Why doesn't the immune take care of them? Basically, again, I'm not a medical doctor, go consult your doctor, phone 911, but the experience we've had with world-leading toxicologists and biologists is that you need to damage your DNA. DNA, RNA, immune systems all connected. And so what happens is same with chickenpox, cerebellar zoster. Fearless just said, and actually they've split that up now, the chickenpox, between the cerebellar pox part and the zoster. And what I'm finding now is people are getting chickenpox without, getting shingles without having the pox part on their skin. Really interesting. But anyway, that's a diversion. So how do we make them grow? Everyone's got Borrelia in their body. People think it's from ticks. It's not. It's in the air. The chemtrails. And don't forget, these particles are 10 to the -9 small. They sink through the skin. So it's important. Everyone's got it, but not everyone got Morgellons. Not everyone gets affected by these things. It doesn't replicate in the body. Why is that? Because basically, it depends on your immune response. Now, I go back to him in past vaccine, GMO foods, past jabs, and or in GMO foods. If you eat that long enough, it damages the DNA. DNA are an immune system's connected, so your immune response is not there. Allows these stealth pathogens to replicate. So, and then they developed, of course, in the jab is Morgellons particles. What are they? Well, they've got Borrelia, the stealth pathogen of Lyme, bound to it. So what happens is that the particles, think about growth, how do you make things grow? You think, hang on, nylon, this shirt is nylon 9, say. Nylon 36, 33 is very different. It's very squidgy. It looks like squid. And you kind of think, well, how do you make nylon grow? How do you make plant material grow? How do you make polymers grow? I've seen silicates come out of people's skin, wires. And the answer is because what you need for growth, you need carbon, you need oxygen, and you need warmth, water, and you've got that in your body. So once they've put this stuff in your body, without the immune response, and the new jab, of course, has CRISPR technology in the actual jab itself. So instead of Acobacterium, what they're doing now is they're splicing your genetics anyway. So this jab's got nanotubes with complementary metal oxide transistor arrays, like a computer, the tubes. They can transmit, receive frequencies. That's why I've just been on a documentary talking about this, and they were showing that if you switch your phone, if you go on your phone and go into developer mode, you have the ability to switch on unidentified Bluetooth devices. Now, if you do that, if you wander around places where people have the jab, all these numbers come up, and that's the Bluetooth numbers of those particles. Very interesting. So, yeah, and also, of course, they can monitor your body by the 5G system, which is 30 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz, where they can actually see your heart rate. They can see what compounds you have in your body. They know everything about your body. It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, so nanotubes, that's what they've got in, and bindings. Nanospheres, what do they have in? Well, they also have the bindings like silicates, polymers, nylon, everything else. But they've also got, in a small 10 to the minus 9 football, they have 92 loaded viruses. Think about that, 92, including zoster, including Marburg virus, including all sorts of different horrible things. And it's covered. So why do they put that in the body? It's like they can trigger each virus by a separate frequency from the 5G.
Yes.
So that's why people are getting zoster at the moment, because they say, okay, let's switch zoster on at, say, I don't know, 45 gigahertz. And that releases, and now everyone's getting zoster. What's happening? Why have I got shingles? Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, and they've all got bindings. It's got hydrogel. It's got hydrogel is there to actually encase the particle. So once it's delivered in the body, you don't get an immune response and a cytokine storm. So once it's in the body and it's into the cells, and like I say, it starts growing. It's it's a bioweapon. That's what it is. There's no vaccine in it. It's a bioweapon. So it's really interesting. And it's also got spike protein, HIV microinserts. It's got glycoethylene, which is radiator fluid. It's amazing, not. So
it is.
Yeah, but it's uninformed consent, because people don't know.
No.
I was checking on thing, and there's nothing on the list. Like, what's the contents? Oh, it's blank. Well, of course it's blank. They don't want to tell you all that horrible stuff, isn't there? But don't forget, if you have, Kristen just put a comment. If you have Lyme disease, you have Epstein-Barr as well, and that's one of the it's pathogenic. They're not viruses; they're pathogens, helicobacterial structures. So anyway, so if you've got that in your body, I'd really get it out, because what's happening? How does it affect the body? Well, if you don't have the immune response, it actually embeds itself into the heart muscle, and it starts growing on the heart muscle, and people are kind of collapsing of basically, myocarditis. And I spoke to my cardiologist. I said, Dr. Robbie, I said, you must be seeing a lot of people with myocarditis. And he goes, well, yes. I said, oh, I said, and you must have scanned them. He goes, yes. And I said, you don't see anything there, do you? He goes, no. How do you know? I said, because the stuff's 10 to the minus 9 small. You need an electron microscope to see it. So yeah, it's I don't know what to tell you. It's very sad. So
it really is. It really is. And what I'd like to know is, how do let's just say, the upper echelons of humanity, personally, I see them as a bit of a parasite class. I refuse to call them elites. How do they keep from getting any of these diseases that they're spreading to all of us?
Well, they just don't take them. They don't take them, and also they have med bed technology, which they can, they just keep going in med beds and all this sort of thing. So it's amazing. So yeah, I mean, and they stay out the way. I mean, they're elite people. They stay in there. They've probably built their houses so they've got air filters and everything else. So and we don't have that facility. I mean, they think they're elite just because they've got money. There's nothing elite about them. They're just
I agree.
Satanic, horrible people. But,
I agree. Yeah, totally. Now, we've talked a bit about viruses and different things that can infect the body. What I was hoping you could talk a bit about now is about frequency, because we know from Royal Rife and the work he did that pretty much anything that ails us can be corrected, destroyed, removed from our system through frequency. Many of us are understanding more and more about quantum physics and this the double slit experiments and all of that, and they're realizing there's a whole lot more to this picture than what we've been told. But what I'm wondering is, how are you able to address the whole issue of helping people through frequency? And I don't know how you do it. I don't really know much about your process, but please feel free to tell us anything you want about that.
Well, the thing is about healing is that, it's very important to look at interdimensional energy, because at the moment the frequency here is very low. I mean, it's starting to raise. There's a firmament around the planet. They're taking that down. They're changing the frequencies and upping it with Starlink. That's all changed since 2017. That's a positive thing. But I wouldn't want to be tapping in energies on this planet right now. They're too low. So what do we do? Well, I came from the ultimate dimension. There's 5 Mikilsdet beings. I'm one of them. And I know the other ones. I haven't met one of them because supposedly she died, but she didn't. But anyway, so what we do is get a portal from the ultimate dimension and put it around you, 8 portals around you, and then bond it into 27 esoteric Merkaba fields. Why is that? Because it's important that when you're healing somebody, you've got to protect them. Now, the forces, the negative forces like Anunnaki, Draconians, Luciferians, Archons, all these beings that are trying to attach to you, are they alien beings? Well, they are, but they're more interdimensional. I mean, if you look at extraterrestrial, it's off planet, but are they off planet? Of course they are. They've come here to do us harm. They've come here to take over the planet. So what they try and do is they're trying to attach to you. They try and mess with you, your mind. They send you negative thoughts. They do all this sort of thing. So it's very important. So I'll put you in a portal, bond into Merkaba fields. Then the Mikilsdet beings can come through and they can start doing healing. Now, I have 2 different types of energy. One is ultimate dimension energy, which is like, you're going to get spacey and everything else. I have another energy. The problem with that energy is that if you apply it to people with stealth pathogens or nanotechnology, you're going to get huge die-off, like huge toxicity in the body.
Yeah.
And so what this does is it's more like electrostatic. So what it does is it breaks down the molecular structure of pathogens, stealth pathogens, everything to benign for the body. The problem is it takes too long doing it that way. That's why we developed the protocol, which is a lot quicker. But anyway, we give people energy, and then, the Mikilsdet beings then can come in doing psychic surgery, remove entities. They could work on your liver, kidneys, they could work on your intestines, they could work on your spine. A lot of people right now are having intestinal issues big time. Why is that? Because emotion bleeds into the pancreas, and what happens is it suppresses the enzymes needed to break down your food. It also bleeds into the into the gallbladder. If that's paralyzed, 2 things can happen. You can get too much bile where you get acid reflux, or too little bile where it's too thick. It goes slow down the bile duct, stops, goes hard, backs up in the gallbladder, hard bits of bile called gallstones. And also emotion bleeds into the lower intestine as well. So if you got an entity, for example, like an Anunnaki Draconian, they sit in the abdomen, they paralyze the lower intestine, hang on your shoulders and neck, they're always tight, tap in the lower back. After a while, what happens is the L4, L5 disc gets damaged by the energy, and it sends you negative thoughts. So things like that. So these things are parasitic, and they need removing. So later on, I was going to do a bit of a demonstration if you guys were okay with it.
Oh, I think the audience would love it. Hey, guys in the audience, would you guys like to get a healing from Dr. Macklin? And I guess would it still work to people watching the replay after?
Oh yeah. I always
when
do
we're
it
not
now
live?
and in the future. Absolutely.
And in the future. Okay, guys, you're going to get it here today. Awesome.
Yeah, talk
Awesome.
is
Thank
cheap,
you.
Karen. We have to do it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, my grandma used to say, "Talk is cheap, but money buys whiskey." I'm just being silly. That was my mom. My grandma used to say that. So yeah, everybody is saying yes, please, and absolutely, and this is beautiful, and yes, please. Everybody's all excited in the live chat. Awesome.
Bless them.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. I'm going to take me off and put you big on here for this. There
Okay,
we
so you
go.
want to do the healing now, yeah?
Sure.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
am
let's
I
ground up.
rushing you?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to do 5 minutes. I'm not going to do a whole healing because if you want a
Okay.
whole healing, if you go to the website, we do 2 healings a week, which is Thursday night, 5 p.m. Central Time, and Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Time. So you can get the whole healing. It's an hour, but I'll just do 5 minutes demonstration.
Okay.
So this is for people now and in the future listening to the show. I want you to ground yourself. I want you to say, I am of God. I ground myself to the earth. And I accept this healing for my highest good. And just remind everyone, I define God as God, Goddess, prime creator of all that is. So it's not, people get funny about God.
Mhm.
Right, so what we'll do is put a portal, 8 portals around you. So ultimate dimension, 8 portals around each person on this call now, on any social media platform listening, now and in the future, close it off with them. Dear God, command to A7 these mobile fields around that person. With their stakeholder point in the center of the mobile fields, bond in the portals to the mobile fields, program the blueprint of that person's DNA and the keys of Enoch, so as not to allow anything except for the highest good to enter. Right, if you've got any entities, so if you've got any archidraconian, sit in the abdomen, hang on the shoulders, and your shoulders or neck are always tight, I'm going to remove them. So you're going to feel a drawing from your torso out through your tummy button right now. They're escorting them out in your sacred space. If you've got a first and second dimensional entity, they tend to be scarab beetle type things, octopus type things. They just sit in there, and what happens is they block your meridian. So we're going to remove those. You'll feel a lightness somewhere in your body. If you've got a second dimensional snake being left or right shoulder, left or right hip, left or right breast, they're pulling those out now. It's going to feel an unraveling of kind of a spirit snake. If you've got archons attached to these things, the archon covenant is connected to the Rockefellers. Of course, make people sick, give them pills, everything else. The archons have no body. They float through the second, third, and fourth dimension. So they're like energetic. So removing those, you're going to feel negative energy coming out of your body, especially if you had the jab. And if you've got Luciferians, these things are snarly. They are connected to the Vatican, which is as holy as a hot dog. It's evil. So these things, when they leave, they can contort your body or speak through your voice box in a snarly, raspy voice. So we're going to remove those now. I'm going to send them all back to God with unconditional love and forgiveness. What I'm going to do now is comb your meridians. So you get stuck energy in different parts of the meridians. If you go to acupuncturists, they clear it that way. The Melchizedek beings are going to take the angelic hands down your body. So you're going to feel angelic hands go down your body, all lighter where we've been. So going from your crown, down your face, the back head on the left, down your neck, cross left shoulder down your arm. On the right, we're doing the same. On the left, we're going down neck, down chest, down your abdomen, out to the hip. The right, we're doing the same. On the left, we're going from your hip down your thigh, over your knee, down your calf, and out to the foot. And on the right, we're doing the same. Right, so I'm going to give you two types of people on this call. People with spirochetes and Nantec, people without. Spirochetes and Nantec, Borrelia Lyme, HIV/AIDS, Agent Orange, Morgellons. If you've got Morgellons, you've got Lyme and all its bindings like nylons and everything else. And then you've got the COVID jab that's got everything in it. It's a cauldron of nonsense. If you've got that, we're going to give you space-time continuum energy. It starts off subtle. It's very electrostatic. It's going to get stronger and stronger. Then it's going to plateau. And you guys, without spirochetes and Nantec replicating your body, you're going to feel ultimate dimension energy, like spacey, light, floaty, warm, tingly. Right, I'm going to work on the liver and kidneys. Then I'm going to detox the body, and then I'll do some heart releases. So let's work on. So I'm going to work on the kidneys. Most people's adrenals are low. Why is that? Because emotion is bleeding down into them and paralyze them. So they're going in now. You're going to feel tugging and pulling your kidneys. They're clearing that stuck energy out. Now, we're going to work on the liver. So if you've got fatty tissue on the liver, and listen, this is a really big point. If you have cirrhosis of the liver or fatty tissue, the doctors say, well, you've been drinking too much. No. Why do we have fatty tissue on the liver? Because your liver's struggling every day, all day with toxicity in the food, water, everything else. So if you have that, they're going to start breaking the fatty tissue down. You feel tugging, pulling there. And they're going to paste this very thick energy. I call it celestial goo. It's a very thick energy. It rebuilds the tissue with the same DNA. So you're going to feel cool pasting, tugging, pulling there. If your liver's just paralyzed by emotion, say it's working at 30%, you'll probably get brain fog. If you've got spirochetes and Nantet like Lyme disease and all these things, you're going to get brain fog anyway. So we're going to revibrate the liver. It's going to get warm and tingly. As it gets higher, so your head gets lighter and lighter. So you should be getting higher and higher now. As it starts processing the toxins in your body, your head's going to start getting lighter. Your brain, it's going to drain the toxins out of your brain. Higher and higher. Head should be getting lighter and lighter. Higher and higher. Head should be getting lighter and lighter. Okay, so it's getting towards 100%, so it'll keep clearing over the next 5 minutes. So, right, so I'm going to detox your body. How do we do that? Well, quite simply, you're in a portal. So what we're doing is we're switching heavy metals, toxins, mycotoxins, oxalates that comes from actually eating greenery, like spinach and everything else, it's toxin. And then you've got microplastics. So we're switching all those out of this time to a different time in the body, drawing them out of space. You're going to feel a weird cool breeze or drawing sensation coming out your body. So we're going to step it up 3 times, otherwise it upsets the immune system. Should get stronger. Then it's going to plateau. Stronger again. Then it should plateau. Stronger again. Then it's going to plateau. Right, I'm going to do, let's see, 4 heart chakra release. I'll just do 4. In the big groups, I do like 27, and then specialized groups and one-to-ones, I do 81, 162. So what does this mean? Well, we're all empaths. We ingest way too much emotion. So when I was younger, a couple of weeks ago, I'm lying. I'm sorry, I can't help it. When I was younger, okay. Someone talked behind your back, and you said, "Oh my God, how could you do that?" And I was almost to the point of throwing up because because you're an empath, you ingest that. And then what happened? As I got older, my in quotes couldn't give a shitometer exploded, and now I don't care what people think of me because I think it's important to know that if you know you're a good person, you're doing your best. Are you perfect? Of course you're not. But if you're doing your best in this satanic world, you're doing amazing. So we ingest a ton of emotion, 150, 200,000 layers. So the Melchizedek beings go within those energetic layers and they look for your biggest layer affecting you right now. They pull that out. Next biggest, pull that out. As they pull it out, you're going to feel a tightness somewhere in your body, either in your lower back, lower abdomen, solar plexus, breastbone, throat, upper back, shoulder, neck, can be the head or leg, could be anywhere in the body. So they're pulling the first layer out, you feel a tightness, tighter and tighter. So as it releases, breathe it out because you're moving that energy, really important. Second one, tight again, can be a different place, can be the same place, depending on the emotion. Tighter and tighter. Breathe it out when it releases. Third one, tight again, tighter and tighter. Breathe it out when it releases. Now, I just want to do something just on the intestines, if I may, before we close it off. So, your intestines paralyzed either by emotion, bleeding from the heart chakra, can be an NT, which we've removed already, and can be the gallbladder or pancreas. So your whole intestinal, esophagus, stomach, upper lower intestine, colon, right down your rectum, gallbladder, and pancreas should start to get warm, tingly. So we're going to clear the lower intestine of emotion, so you're going to feel movement there. If you've got spirochetes and Nantet, you have Bartonella, which is, it's like injecting your lower intestine with Botox. So they're clearing that out, pulling toxins out of the colon. So you're going to feel a pressure. It feels like wanting to go to the toilet slightly for number 2, of course. If you've got any hemorrhoids, they're going to work on those, varicose veins in the rectum. So they're going to build them up with that celestial goo to make them stronger so they pull back up. So you're going to feel tugging, pulling, cool pasting. If you've got any gallstones, they're going to start breaking those down. So going in the gallbladder, breaking gallstones down, they're going to clear the meridians to get the bile the right consistency. And then they're going to work on the pancreas across the abdomen and clear the meridians of that. so that the glands that produce the enzymes start to increase. But it takes a little bit of time because you've got to release the emotion so that it's not paralyzing the gallbladder. So what I'll do is just put a bubble on conditional overgrounding. So, dear God, for everyone on this call or listening on any social media platform now and in the future, I command we create a sphere of ultimate dimension and conditional love around each and every person on the Merkabah field to protect them from any negative entities, fractals thereof, manipulations, and transmissional frequencies that are not for that person's highest good through all space-time continuum in every dimension. And so we thank you, God, send you our unconditional love, so be it. So that's just a demonstration. I don't know where you felt it, but did everyone feel it?
I actually did feel it. Actually, I did. Especially when you were drawing things out of my system, I could definitely feel it. Thank you so much. How about everybody in the live chat and in the audience? Leave me a comment. How did it go for you? Did you feel it? Do you feel better now? Sometimes after I get a healing, I'll get a headache or something for a little while and then it'll clear. I don't know if it's from the toxins or what, but everybody. Oh, yes, here we go. Denise, thank you, Denise. She said, thank you so much. First time in days, my
Denise,
stomach
yay.
feels better. Awesome. And Kristen says, yes, I love energy healing. Thank you.
Bless him.
Mm-hmm.
Bless him, bless him.
And Fearlessly Phoenixing said I was doing energetic motion dance. It felt amazing. Honestly, it was wonderful. Oh, and Fearlessly also reminds us, make sure you drink some water after a healing. Probably really good advice. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Denise says, what a gift. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Macklin. That was amazing. So we've got,
remember, it's a demonstration, so.
well, it was still I very much appreciated your efforts. It was very nice. Thank you. And like I said, anyone, that's listening to the replay or on an audio, leave me a comment. Let me know how it worked for you. So, Dr. Macklin, let's see, what else did we not yet talk about? There's so much. We could go in so many directions. I thought maybe I would just turn it over to you to talk about what you would like to share with my audience.
Well, these ascension symptoms and they're transition symptoms, they call them ascension symptoms, but you've got to remember that the plasma energy of the sun is a live being, and so it's connecting to the planet. It's sending a lot of energy, and so the problem I'm finding is that people are putting on weight at the moment. They go, I put 15 pounds on the last 2 months. What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
I'm hardly eating anything. The answer is that you're detoxing too fast because plasma energy, it goes beyond frequencies. It's energetic plasma energy. So when it's getting into your cells absorb it, but they detox too quickly. So what happens is your body kind of says, what the heck do I do with these toxins? There's too much in the bloodstream. So it creates fat cells and deposits it in fat cells to process it later. So if you're putting on weight, I really wouldn't worry right now. It's going to rebalance itself in the future once this transition is over. I'm also seeing people, their spines are going out a lot. People getting lower back issues, neck issues. They're getting dizzy because what's happening, because emotions coming up, and I'm sure you guys are feeling it over there, is that all old things are coming up, like, wow, things that you probably didn't do that well in, and you look at them thinking, why did I do that? And all these old emotions are coming up that you thought you actually dealt with a long time ago. And it's a good thing but feel into them. It's really important to feel into them and transmute them. Don't just ignore them, because when you feel into them, you transmute them. But what's happening is that the IT band at the side of the thighs, into the hips, lower back, cells at the front, up the spine, shoulder, neck, they're all tightening. So the gait goes off. So people are getting achy knees because they're walking off balance. They're getting achy hips, left, right hip. They're getting neck issues. And at the top of the occiput, there's some muscles there that are tightening. They can either slow the blood flow to the brain, so you get kind of dizzy, or they squeeze the nerves and inflame the vagus nerve, so you get like headaches. So a lot of different things going on, and don't think it's just you. It's everybody's feeling it. So just
Mhm.
important.
One person from right here it is. Fearlessly Phoenixing wanted to know, do you teach people to become practitioners?
I've been asked this a lot. I would say that in the future, we're doing a very big project. It's called the Pyramid Project, and I will be teaching sometime in the future. The problem I've got is that I'm up to my eyeballs just working for the people I've got, who come
Mm-hmm.
in. So I can't do any more at the moment. But we will teach practitioners in the future. When we do the Pyramid Project, it's going to just give you an overview. It's 100,000. It's 100,000 acres. It's massive pyramids. It's one's almost 1,000 feet tall, 999.9 feet tall. The second one is 66.66 feet tall, 333.3 feet tall. They're in the Golden Curve. The biggest one is meant to be on the ley lines. I know where it's going to, and in fact, the pyramids are being built off planet. So that's something that I really don't say much about because
Mm-hmm.
people think you're nuts. But when they're sited down here, they're going to give the energy to actually put into the ley lines and blur out all the satanic symbology in that. So
Oh,
once that
good.
happens, we're going to have a community because, if pyramids just appear one morning, because, oh, I want to come and see them, and you've got to get an infrastructure. So that's something we're working with at the moment. So yeah, possibly in the future. Absolutely.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So, I was going to ask you if someone would like some help with their health and they contact you, what can they expect for the process? What would they go through? Would they meet you on like Zoom or something like that and have a remote session with you? And you're able, I know there's no time and space in the alternate dimensional realities. So it makes sense that we can do distance healing for each other and that you could do on us. But what would a person expect from a session? I think they might like to know.
Well, normally if you have a session, we can do it over the phone. So
Mhm.
I'll be on the phone one to one with you. You could be on Teams, so we do it on Teams. I don't do it on Zoom because we tend to do the general healings, twice a week. We'll do that on Zoom, so you can sign up for it,
Mhm.
or we do it on StreamYard and filter it out to all our channels except for YouTube. I got thrown off YouTube. So
Well, you must be doing something right.
I was in fact, I've got to share this with you. They wrote a thing and said, "You are a serial violator." Oh no,
A serial violator.
a serial violator of our terms and
Oh
conditions.
my goodness, you wicked boy.
I know. I felt like a really naughty boy for about 4 seconds, and that was
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But if you're
yeah.
doing something right, and they're actually going to
There
probably bring it back, who knows? So
Okay, that would be great. And Denise is my wonderful moderator. Denise, I love you so much. You're awesome. She always shows up. She keeps things nice and tidy in the live chat. She puts everything out for everybody, the links, and now she's asking people to subscribe to me. Thank you so much, Denise. I just want to quickly mention Sandy Starseed, Fearlessly Phoenixing, Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot, um, Maria 333, Shelley. I don't know if I missed anyone. I do apologize. I do appreciate you all very, very much. And we have a few minutes left to the show, but I want to make an announcement before I forget at the end. Everybody, next Sunday, the Aliens and Angels podcast. I'm going to be putting the link in the live chat, and you guys can join me up here on the stage if you want. You don't have to if you're shy. And we can get to know each other face to face and just have a chit chat and kind of a year end and year in review and what's up for everybody. I think that would be really awesome. So we're going to be doing that next Sunday. And I just want you all to mark your calendars, and it's going to be kind of, someone said it will be like an emotional and spiritual potluck. Yeah, no food, but you can bring your own snacks. I'd be totally okay. And we'll get together. And yeah, it is. It's going to be a blast. So I just want to remind everybody, Denise, do not worry about typos. In fact, it's almost impossible with predictive programming and spell check and everything else. Everything I type gets screwed up and says, wow, sometimes devastatingly the opposite of what I'm trying to say. So don't you worry about that. So anyway, Dr. Macklin, let me turn the floor back over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the exciting things you're up to, what you got happening in the near future, and where people can find you? Where are you available?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. I've written a book, just letting you show if I can. It's
Yeah, of course. Of
History, Truth,
course.
and Healing of Manufactured Diseases. If you don't like it, the good thing about this book, it's got a duality. So it's pretty thick. You can use as doorstop if you don't like it.
It looks like a very interesting book. So what's it called again?
It's the History, Truth, and Healing of Manufactured Diseases. So
History, Truth, and Healing of Manufactured Diseases, which I think is most diseases personally, being a
absolutely.
product of the 1950s. Wow, we've seen a lot of sickness. I mean, if immunization was going to stop us from getting sick, we'd be great because we had a lot of that too, growing up and stuff. But no, actually, a lot of people will be watching this on an audio platform. So it's really good if you say, this is the name of my book, this is my website, that kind of thing. I want everyone to be able to find you because you're just a godsend as far as I'm concerned. Now you did another book too. So did you want to talk a little bit about this book and then tell us about the other book?
Yeah, we've got 6 books. It's funny because
Oh,
people have said,
six.
you've got dyslexia. How do you write books? And when I first started, I got Dragon Naturally Speaking, roll the sleeves. Okay, nothing came. I said, okay. So I dictated it. And, I was talking about the Zeta Grays. It came back with "Have a nice day," and it just wasn't working. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, I just use a ghostwriter. But we've got about 6 books. We've got that one. We've got this one. It's basically a sacred prayer book. It's maps of intent. They're very good, especially for protecting yourself. The 27 esoteric Merkabah field prayer is really good. Do that 3 times a day. It really helps you. We've got the that's dissolving the enigma of divine healing. We've got centering the mind. In this world, I mean, the place is crazy. Then we've
It
got
is.
manifesting abundant life, and then we've got divine transcendence. So that's I think 6. So
My
we've got
goodness,
quite a few.
you have been busy. Now, can people find those books on um, Amazon or should they go to your website?
Well, better to go on the website if you want to get them on Amazon. We get a bit more money out of them. I mean, Amazon take most of it if you go on Amazon, but
I
that's okay.
know.
Yeah, it's just so sad, really. But I think, if people want healing, I mean, I'm here for you. And if, like I say, the two healings we do weekly, where we get a lot of people listening, it's by donation. If you have no money, I want to encourage you, please come on. Never shame yourself, because look, I've been without money for food for 21 days, 6 days, 9 days at different times. I know what it's like to have no money. So please come on, because it's my belief everyone deserves a healing, regardless of the money you have. So that's why we do
Mhm.
it.
Thank you. And they can find out more about that on your website, how to register for that.
Yeah, and if you've
And what
had the
time
jab,
zone? You're in Central
it's
Time Zone, right?
that's it. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, and 11 a.m. Central Time on Saturday.
Oh,
And
good
uh,
time. Good time.
and I would encourage people, if you got the jab, please get it out your body, because it's really affecting people. So just say it. It's up to people.
Hmm.
Bless your heart.
Hmm. Hmm. No, I agree. I agree. Um, I don't know. There's been rumors for a long time. I don't know how true they are that eventually technology is going to interact with all of these synthetic elements we're carrying in our body, and it might even be to our demise. I don't know. It's such a crazy world. There is so much going on right now. But what I also have noticed is people are well, I'll just speak for myself. When I go to see the doctor, all he has is a symptom management system. He has no idea why my foot's bothering me or my nose is running. He doesn't even care why. All he knows is he can bring out his script and write me a prescription for something that's going to stop the symptom. Well, in my way of thinking, a lot of the symptoms is my body trying to throw off toxins, trying
Oh
to
yeah,
repair itself. And it's a bit of an uphill climb. I don't know. What do you say about all that, Dr. Macklin?
I absolutely agree. I've had people come back and they've had MS or Parkinson's or muscular dystrophy, all caused
Mm-hmm.
by pathogenic infection. Normally starts with Lyme disease and the co-infection. So what happens is, if your immune is attacking your body, there's something in it doesn't like, but the doctors say, "Oh well, it's autoimmune disease." So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what to tell you. And I'm all about finding out it's attacking and then getting rid of it. It's really
Mm-hmm.
it's really important. So absolutely everything. If your immune's going after something, you've got to find the something it's going after and get rid of it. Really important. So yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I also believe that happy, healthy people tend to naturally get along with each other. They're more loving, more forgiving, more compassionate. But when you feel really sick all the time and you can't find out what's wrong, you can't find a remedy. I don't know about everyone else out there, but I get real cranky. And, it would be easier for us to do our spiritual work and our spiritual journey if at least our body was functioning the way that it's supposed to. I actually think that it's a very strong act of resistance for people to take good care of their health and not rely on these so-called experts that have medical degrees and make a fortune. You if they tell you need a surgery and then you find out that they're actually wanting to go on an extended holiday or something. I don't know. It seems to be all about money, which is a bit disgusting. Just want to put one more comment up. Fearlessly Phoenixing says it's funny. I'm the only one who exhausted and dental infection and chronic pain still never gets sick like everyone else who's so-called healthy. Yeah, I believe that. That is true.
Well, it's interesting. I'll
So,
just give you a quick example.
sure.
So I saw my cardiologist some while back, and my blood pressure went up because when you have open heart surgery, the neutrons in the heart, are connected to the brain, so it releases the trauma. So my blood pressure went up for a while. Anyway, I was
Mm-hmm.
working on it. They gave me beta blockers temporarily, and I got off them. And I realized, okay, well, the whole vascular system is energetic. I know you guys know that. The heart. You think about 2 pound pump. If you get
Mm-hmm.
a 600-foot hose pipe and pump a bit of water out, how far is it going to get? Maybe 3 feet, 4 feet. How
Mm-hmm.
does it get through 10,000 miles of pipes in your body? And the answer is basically because it's energetic. It ramrods it through, energy through the arteries, through the veins. So I was
Mm-hmm.
sitting to him. I said, "So, Dr. Robbie," he goes, "Yeah." I said, "You must know that the whole vascular system, including the heart, is energetic." Yeah, well, yes. I said, and the solution to having high blood pressure is magnesium. So I've
Mm-hmm.
used a magnesium spray and it just came down. Really interesting. But they sell you all these pills because they've got to, I guess, fund the people on the yacht or whatever. The staff, things like that. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad world, but it's interesting. So
It
yeah.
sure is. It sure is. But I know from myself, well, especially being an older person, um, you know, it's a slippery slope. I know I got to take really good care of me, and I know that I'm supposed to do that. That's part of my job and part of my spiritual evolution too. So, and besides, life is more fun when you feel good, when you have some energy and you feel
Oh yeah.
good. You think of all kinds of other things you want to do, and life can be, yeah, so much more fun. So we got a couple more minutes. So again, Dr. Macklin, you want to tell people where they can find you and anything else that we missed today?
Yeah, I mean, come to the Global Enlightenment Project. We do have meditations there that really help, like the mind, rebalance the mind, like things like ADD, ADHD, OCD,
Mm-hmm.
all those sort of things. you can go to the website, just have a look through it, and see, we've got the books, we've got many different things there. GlobalEnlightenmentProject.com, and we're here to help. If you need the help, especially with the jabs. The jabs is pretty serious, so absolutely.
Wonderful. I know that's really good news to a lot of my audience, if not all my audience. So that's excellent. Well, it's been a real pleasure to have you on, Dr. Macklin. I hope you'll come back next year and keep us abreast of your work. And I hope that everybody will take advantage of your meetups twice a week, or even book a private consult. I hope they check out your books, and I wish you all the very best. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. Oh, thank you. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. And to my audience, thank you, everybody who made the effort to come into the live chat today, because it means giving up, a whole hour of your day to come in here and support the work that I'm doing and my guests and each other. You're just an absolute sterling bunch of people. Love you so much. And I want to thank all those that are watching a replay or on an audio podcast. I guess it would be listening to. And I hope you all come back Wednesday for the Quantum Guide Show. And on that happy note, we'll say bye-bye for today, everybody. And I hope you have the best week ever. Bye-bye now. Thank you for joining me for the Aliens and Angels podcast. Read about my true life ET contact in my book called Transdimensional Meet the New Neighbors, which is now available on Amazon worldwide. Subscribe to my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels at Karen Holton TV. The like button and leave me a comment. And please do share this podcast with your friends. Check out my website at www.KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com to see my free resources and amazing products and services. All of the links will be in the description below. As part of the Forbidden Knowledge Network, you'll also find the Quantum Guide Show with Karen Holton on all audio platforms. Until next time, keep up the good work.